of you who can't wait that long, I'm going to give my review of the Barbie movie in the most Oppenheimer fashion.
Hey everyone, I want to try something a bit different today. We're going to talk about a bit of false advertising that I saw online. Because I was scrolling through Twitter and this kept popping up. I believe, I'm going to check my notes. And there's a reason why I have notes. It will become evident in a second. Yes, the video, Ben Shapiro destroys Barbie. I was very disappointed by this video. I thought it was going to be something pornographic. It turns out it's not. It's just a fucking man-child crying about he didn't like Barbie. So let's roll the intro and have a quick look at the video and decide what we think about it. Before we get into it, as you can see, trying a different layout today, slightly. I'm at a different angle, we'll try it. And sorry about delays in posting this next video. This isn't the intended video. I didn't want to do this, but I just, oh God, I had, out of morbid curiosity, I had to watch this video and wow. I think just wow. Dude goes to see Barbie, spends the whole time taking notes, shows off his notes, and is upset that Barbie isn't for him. And I think misses the part of the film. First of all, it's not really for anyone. It's mostly for girls, but very upset that it's not realistic. Yeah, well, neither is other properties based on famous children's toys, such as Transformers, Care Bears, Battleship. You know, no one's watching those going, Jesus, this is really unrealistic. It's about a doll that is alive, but also not alive, so I don't know. But dude got upset about it, and he's not the only one. A lot of people on the right, Piers Morgan, Candace Owens, they've all put out stuff complaining about this film. I don't know. Does everything have to be political? Again, there is a certain defense to this being considered political, and we'll get into that in a minute. But at the end of the day, it's just a film about a toy, and yeah, it was kind of for kids, but it really wasn't for kids. It was more for the parents of kids or people who grew up knowing what Barbie is. I can't believe I'm going to have to talk about this, but yeah, it's the Barbenheimer weekend. I watched Barbie on Friday. I watched Oppenheimer on Saturday. I wanted to maybe talk about these two or do a few other things because I have a cyberpunk thing pre-done and I have something on Canon I'm working about and something a bit deeper than that. But no, I got so bloody frustrated by this because again, there's bigger bloody things in the world to worry about. But then you have actual pundits, important people discussing Barbie. And yeah, oh, sorry, this tea's nice. And that it just annoys me. Because again, like I said, there's more important things in the world, but you have these people who are considered political talking heads, and this is what they're upset about. So I have my notes, and I'm going to watch a bit of Ben's video, and we're going to comment on it. And oh God, I don't know why I'm doing this. Because I realize I'm kind of hypocritical because I'm moaning about a grown man watching Barbie and being upset about it, but I too am a grown man watching, you know, Shapiro's video on this, and I'm complaining about that. So I feel like I'm not much better than him. I'm probably part of the problem, but you know, I'm this far in. Screw it. Who cares anyway? I don't have his audience numbers, so eh.
Is going to be non-existent because it was written by two people who are so smug and self-satisfied, and Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, that they have no audience. I mean, like...
Okay, a couple of minutes in, and he really doesn't like the team behind this film. It feels like more of a personal attack, because I can't speak for Marriage Story, but I can speak for Ladybug. It was considered a really good film. I enjoyed it. Now, again, it wasn't made for me, but I enjoyed it, if that makes sense. I feel like he's just a bit jealous that his films don't achieve this level of fame, and he makes films. And look, he's doing better than me. I'd love to make films, but I don't know. No one's watching my shit. So, but I'm not bitter and jealous about it. I feel like it's Hollywood rejected him and he hasn't really gotten over it. And yeah, he's allowed to feel that way, but you know what? Hey, if this is going to get him fame by sitting talking about a little girl's film, good for him. Let's jump back into this. This is, again, I've never made a sound like this before, so come with me on this wild ride.
It is like, that's no moon. That's a direct station. That is that this movie. Okay, so let's jump into it. I have like pages and pages of notes on this horrific piece of
I told you I explained the notes. Ben has notes, well, so do I. Though mine are nowhere near as thorough as his, and they're also probably complete with more penis drawings, because, yeah, it's funny to draw. But, oh god, this guy's an idiot. Like, I feel like he's gone out of his way to be offended by this film. Not the only one, I think a lot of people have. And again, I'm pretty sure people on the left of things will watch his films and just be offended by it for existing. It's a film by doll. Anyway. Oh, by the way, I enjoyed the film. I don't know if I said that already. It was just funny, a bit stupid, and it was nice, relaxing. Would have rather watched it after Oppenheimer because, whoa, that was heavy. And he'll get into rants about this game political eventually, and wait till he watches Oppenheimer, because holy, that one gets political. Like it's really political. But that'll probably offend some people, even though that's more or less historically accurate. At least to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, let's watch a bit more of this tripe.
There's a scene on the beach where the Kens are supposed to be the lifeguards and the ladies are playing on the beach, and we get a series of gay masturbation jokes. Again, it's an audience for children. They're talking about beaching each other off.
Now this is a weird one to get offended at. It's the beach off moment. We've all seen it in the trailers. We knew this was coming. A group of men on the beach talking about having a beach off.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
I'll beach off with you any day, Ken.
Hold my ice cream, Ken. All right, Ken, you're on. Let's beach off.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first. I will beach both of you off at the same time.
You don't even know how to beach yourself off.
Which is probably some form of walk off. But beach off implies something else. Yes, it's a masturbation joke. Dear God, Ben is very upset about this, even though it was in the trailers. It was one of the like the highlights for a lot of people online. People were laughing at this, and yes, it's a film probably for children, but they're not going to get the joke. But this dumbass is offended by it. You know, it's not the first time kids' films have done this. They've done it plenty of times in the past. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Oh yeah, bloody half of Shrek. Okay, this is a bit more blatant than that, but yeah, it's funny. It was, and I don't know. Like, to get offended by something that was in the trailers is just stupid. Like, to make a deal about it now. We all knew this was coming. Fucking moron. Yeah, I have to stop cursing. Nah, fuck it. Okay, I'm not re-recording this, so fuck that. I'm going to keep cursing because this is just dumb and I'm wasting my time doing it. I'm well aware of it, but I haven't had a little rant in a while, so internet, you're going to get my rant. And also, yes, I should have had another shirt on today, but it's laundry day, so you're stuck with this. Here we go again.
Loving the patriarchy. Now, you might imagine at this point that the way the film is going to go is that Ken and Barbie are going to have to some sort of agreement about seeing each other as equal human beings. You might imagine that's where it's going. Wrong. That's not where the film is going to go. You might have thought that what you were going to get was Ken gets treated with respect as a person, and Barbie gets treated with respect as a person, and that's a better. Nope. Wrong. In the end, not to skip ahead, Barbie Land just gets restored, and the men are still subservient. That's the best. That's the best version of the world.
We're 14 minutes in, and Ben has already skipped to the end of the film. That's bad storytelling. Maybe this is why his films aren't getting, big budget box office numbers or whatever. Yeah, so he talks about the end of the film where Barbie and Ken don't get together. God, Jesus Christ, I still can't believe I'm talking about this. He says that it's very disrespectful to both of them, but I don't think so. Barbie rejects Ken quite respectfully. She says she doesn't love him that way, doesn't want to be with him that way. and tells him to go find himself, figure out who he is, that he can be Ken without being Barbie and Ken. Because the whole point of this film is that, and he'll mention this later, it's a Pinocchio story, that she becomes a real girl. She, finds out who she is beyond being Barbie. While Ken doesn't. Ken's sort of trapped in being Ken. So she respectfully rejects him. Which you can do. You can reject people without being mean about it. You can be respectful. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why a grown man needs to be told this. Oh, I'm getting way too upset about this, but at least I'm not getting upset at the film. I'm getting upset at a grown man who's upset at the film. I feel like that's a little bit better. I'm sorry I keep circling back to this. I don't mean to, but Jesus. So yeah, he misses the point. And it doesn't restore the status quo, because the Kens are given something small. It's a small concession, but it mentions this is the beginning of change and how things go. And at the same time, if you look at the film, all the Barbies have been created to be astronauts, the president, doctors. The Kens are just created to be accessories. They're not ready to govern themselves. Jesus, they're definitely not. Again, I can't believe this. Back into watching the man-child video. Let's see what comes up next.
Who's playing with her and who is unhappy. And at this point, she receives a lecture from the teenage girl about how Barbie has ruined the world and actually is fascist. How Barbie is a sexualized, capitalistic emblem.
We're 15 minutes in now. I don't know how I feel about this. I thought Ben would like this. There is a character that literally shows how ridiculous the left wing can be. America Ferrer's daughter, Sasha, in it. She's like the worst parts of left-wing politics. People who sprout crap that don't know what they're talking about. Buzzwords. Referring to Barbie as fascism. And also, by the way, loved the response, which was a nice little Mussolini reference, which is great. I thought right-wingers would appreciate that sort of thing. I know they're not going to appreciate a lot of things about this film, but this is how dumb the left can be. I didn't like this is fascism. And this is coming from someone who is probably a lefty. I'm pretty sure a lefty. But no, this upset him as well somehow. Oh my God. But, what can we say? It's definitely been interesting. Alright. Gonna watch a bit more of this now. Hopefully, I won't punch myself in the face anymore. At least, maybe once or twice more. We'll see.
Out here, the actual argument the movie is making is that if women enjoy men, it's because they have been brainwashed by the patriarchy. They make this message explicit in just a few minutes in the film.
No, Ben, that is not the point of the film. The point of the film is to sell toys to children. Idiot. He's upset because it apparently shows the matriarchy is this absolutely perfect thing. Clearly it's not. You have an underclass of Kens, and those Alans exist in the Barbie world. I'm not an expert in my Barbie lore. Comment below if you want a deep dive on that, and we'll see. I'll think about it. That would really confuse my girlfriend. Yeah, I think Ben misses the point. It's not a perfect world. It's a reflection of our world where, yeah, women have all the power and don't have anything. But probably worse in some ways and better in others. Obviously, there's very little violence in their world. Even when the Kens try and go to war, it's a handsome mess, we'll say. But yeah, I think he misses the point. It's not saying matriarchy perfect, because it can't be perfect, because they don't have anything. Everything in their world's fake. Dumbass. I know. Another sip of tea, and we'll get back into this.
Serves no purpose other than to have a random fight scene, and also so that they can make a Trump building the wall reference. Right? They're apparently the Kens are going to build a wall to keep people from getting in or getting out. Now, here's the weird part. No one has ever entered or exited Barbie Land before. Why are you building a wall?
Okay, now I'm pissed off. They're shitting on Alan. Alan! He was the highlight for me. Alan is Ken's friend, who I don't think they made anything else of. He's just a very obscure character whose one ability was he could wear Ken's clothes. But you have like a near infinite amount of Kens, and there's just one Alan, which is part of the joke, and they make reference to that. And there's a bit where he just loses his shit and starts beating up a bunch of Kens. And then they make a dig at, I'm assuming it's a very thinly veiled dig at building a wall. Which Ben complains about as well, saying that no one's ever broken out of Barbie Land. Well, clearly that's wrong, because Barbie and Ken broke out of Barbie Land. And also, it mentions earlier in the film that a skipper at one point broke out and tried to steal a couple of kids to babysit them, because that's what she does, she babysits. So yeah, again, I think Ben missed the point. I was too busy taking his notes in a Barbie film. I don't know how much further I can go now. Take my notes now, because I have to keep my sanity. But we're halfway through this hot mess of a video, and I'll just keep going.
I mean, the only decent male is Ellen, who apparently wants to wear pink and probably is supposed to be gay. I mean, I think it's supposed to be pretty clear from the film, although really the take of the film is that all the Kens are gay. That's really the take of the film, is that it's all homoerotic kind of stuff.
So Ben's takeaway here is that all the Kens are gay. These men that are throwing themselves at the Barbies are gay. Oh, Jesus. I don't think he knows how relationships work. Okay, so we're gonna just keep going there because, sure, Ken's gay.
Barbie and Classic Ken, they're gonna be together, but then they're going to move on to the other Kens, and the Kens are gonna start fighting each other over the ladies because they're going to switch over. Now,
So I'm gonna kind of roll the next couple of bits into one because it kind of overlaps. He's all over the place. So 27 minutes, he talks about turning women against men to save society, and at 31 minutes he talks about this being the plans the Democratic Party. This is not the Democratic Party, you fucking moron.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's a film made to sell toys. Jesus Christ. Does he see the difference, or does his viewers see the difference between this? If viewers view, comment below, please. Because it's a giant toy commercial. I'm a fat fuck and I realize that. I know I shouldn't say things like that, but I can do it because I am one. And I've got more notes here. I don't really feel like watching more of the video. It's really just... it just gets dumb. Like, 31 minutes in it, he's going to end up as well also insulting the Ken song about how it's not a good song. It wasn't created to be a good song. It was created to be funny and sort of silly. And it's catchy as hell. It's just, you know, they weren't trying to make My Heart Will Go On when they wrote this, and that's clearly obvious. They wanted something fun. And there's a certain message in there as well about the Kens being butthurt children because they have nothing. And they had a right to be hurt. That's the whole thing. But they went about everything wrong. And yeah, okay, it's dumb how they overthrew Barbie Land in a matter of days. But the film didn't have time to be set out as a fucking 10-hour epic where, you know, he would slowly infiltrate the Barbies and turn them all into mindless idiots over a period of 100 years. No, because it's a 2-hour film made to sell toys. I will. The only good thing about this, I'll say, is you know, he makes a nice Lord of the Rings reference about how many endings the film has. No, the film doesn't have that many endings. It ties up everything, and then with one big ending and a little small separate ending for Margot Robbie, Barbie. Yeah, so it doesn't have more endings than Lord of the Rings like Ben bloody claims. It doesn't get political. Yes, it talks about the patriarchy. Big whoop. If you look at it carefully with an open mind, you'll see that it's not saying patriarchy is the worst thing in the world and matriarchy is the solution to all our problems. It's saying patriarchy isn't good, but neither is matriarchy. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a giant toy commercial with a lot of deep cuts and a lot of love for Barbie. And yeah, it has that whole thing about women trying to be multiple things, but it's trying to say that about Barbie as well, because at one point, you could be a feminist and really love what Barbie does, and you could be a feminist and really hate what Barbie does, because it can be both things. Things can be nuanced. But there we go. I got 35 minutes into this 43-minute long review, and I had to stop because he is just so stupid. Well, actually, no, I don't think he is. If he generally is offended this, and he was offended enough they went out and bought a Barbie and burnt it and threw it in a bin for some reason, or a trash can if you will. But this is all for clicks. That's why he's doing it. It's just attention. He either is pathetic enough that he got upset at a children's film that's going to do very well. He predicts it won't in the end. He says it's going to do well in weekend one and do poorly after that. I highly doubt it. I was there at the cinema. People were laughing and cheering. Yeah, some people did walk out, but some people walked out of Oppenheimer as well. My personal headcanon, they got the films mixed up. It'd be far funnier. But it's just a movie. Things don't have to be more than they are. This one, maybe it does, because it does touch on things. But that's a nice message for girls. It does. You can be more than what you are. And actually, that's a message for everyone. And sometimes we're not good enough. It touches on that as well. And that's fine. As at the end of the day, it's a big toy commercial with a nice message. Who's going to get offended at it? Once again, I also got offended at the guy's video of getting offended at, so I'm not much better. I'm well aware of that. Anyway, I'm going to finish this cup of tea, and I'm going to edit this and we'll post online. God help me. Have a nice day, everyone.